follow along with me, you will want to have step 2, import content, with the repeat grid visible in the practice file and the layers panel open. If I hold down the space bar, it will temporarily change my select tool to a hand tool. I can move that artboard over a little bit more to the center of the screen so I can see it more easily. What I'm looking to do here is simulate a product catalog of chairs. So I want to take this tile that I've designed and repeat it across and down the artboard. Now, I can always come in and select this content and just copy and paste it over and over again. But instead, I would like to use a productivity feature known as repeat grid. To do this, what I want to do is actually import images and text into my XD application. You're going to want to navigate to where you install the practice file. For this, get started with XD design. In that practice file folder is another folder called chair images and text. I'll go ahead and navigate over to that. And you can see I've got 2 text files and a number of images of chairs. Now that I've located these images, I will switch back to XD. And what I would like to do is to repeat this tile that I've created, as I mentioned, across and down on the screen. Notice in the layers panel here on the left, I'm currently with nothing selected on the design canvas. As a high level, at a head level, I can see all the artboard that are on my current design canvas. If I come in and click on any of the content within this artboard, so let's say I click on the title, notice that XD navigates me inside of that artboard to see all of the layers. All of the objects, any groups that I might have defined here in that structure. If I click on, let's say a group, I can expand it to see the content within it. Clicking it second time, it is going to collapse that back up. I can always go back to the root level of the file by clicking on the back arrow, which will take me back up a level. For now, I'm in great shape. What I want to do is come in and select the product title. I can either do that by clicking on that layer. Here on the left, I can just click on it directly on the design canvas. With that selected, here in the Properties Inspector on the right, I want to click on the Repeat Grid toggle. When I click on the design canvas, XD is going to change the selection color. from blue to green, and it's going to include 2 little handles here. I can work with these handles to repeat whatever I have selected as a grid. I'm going to go ahead and press and drag until I get the second tile visible. I'll kind of over drag just a little bit. It's kind of hanging off the side right now. And with that bottom handle, I'm going to press and drag until I get back 6 tiles visible. I want to zoom in a little bit more just to see better what I'm doing. So I can come here and just zoom in more lightly. Again, using my trackpad. When I hover over the repeat grid, now I've gone in and extended it. Notice I get some pink areas as I hover over with my selection tool. I can come in and adjust the space or the gutter between these items by hovering over and then just pressing and dragging to expand or reduce that space. I'm going to go ahead and bring it in so that things line up really well on the left and right. It's a little bit tricky. That looks pretty good. There's not a ton of space open between the two. I might want to adjust the bottom selection as well. It looks pretty good to me also. But I will drag that down just to increase the space a bit more. I'm not ready to come in and vary the image. The title and the price for the chairs. For that, I switch back over the folder where I have my images and text. And the next thing I want to do is grab enough image to replace all 6 of the tiles that I have visible. You can select from the set that I have here. I'll give you some extras. I'm just going to press and drag to select these 6 images. It can be any 6. And now I want to do is press and drag it into XD. And I want to drag over the image tile. Now notice when I do it, I can drag onto the larger tile or inside of it. I've placed the chair image. I want you to drag in the second similar rectangle. Notice that I get a number 6. It's letting me know how many images I'm dragging onto the canvas. And as I mentioned, it's going to sort of randomly place all those images to replace that default yellow chair that I had. That looks good for the image. I want to change now the title and the price to match my particular content. So I'm going to switch back over to that folder. At this time, and I want to do is select Share Titles. I'll go ahead and select it. When I come onto the XD design canvas, I drag over the first word, Shiru. So the first title, when I see the title, I'm going to drag right on top of it. And when I release XD, it's going to replace all of those titles with the ones that were in the text file. Now, this is very simple text file with each title and then a heart return, or a line break indicating the next title in the list. Very, very simple text file. I want to do the same with my prices. So I'll go back to that folder. And there is, here in the folder, I'm going to select Share Prices. Press and drag onto the price field just below the title. I can tell I'm in the right place because it highlights as I hover over it. And when I release, it's adjusted those prices based on the text file. Now, I've had that set. I can look at real content in my design and see if I want to make any adjustments. I would like to come in and actually change that price. I move it up a little closer to the title. I can do that by coming here in the layer panel. So I will select on the artboard and then in the layer panel, I'm going to click on product price range so I have it selected. Notice as I do so, if I hover just above that price range, I get an indicator for the spacing between the title and the price. And I can just press and drag either down to make it lower or tighten things up and just drag up pretty tight here. Let's say about 3 pixels of space between the title and the price. So the changes that I made here is the first cell. I'm going to apply all the other cells within this repeat grid. I'll go ahead to click off again and just take a look at my finished work. Well, now that we have content on this artboard, let's go ahead and add a little bit of interactivity in the next step.